What's the news in New Jerusalem, my gals and dudes? In today's video, we're going to take a look at this cat, or this bird, if you will, a blade of Halphas, aka Guyhawk of Liokaiser fame, and this one from Iron Factory. And in keeping with the tradition of naming conventions, yeah, these cats are borrowing another name from demonology, Halphas, aka Malphas, who is this kind of like bird dude. He has a half familiar, half human form where he's like a black raven or something like that, walking around on legs. And probably because he has a little like bird partner over there, and he's like a air guy, they probably thought it appropriate to name him that. But I'll just say this, dude, I'm pretty impressed by these naming conventions. They could have just called this dude Greg or Steve, or hey, no disrespect to any Greg or Steve out there, but yeah, they went out of their way, did a little bit of research, and yeah, provided this cool name for this guy. And you can see all these like different modes over here. And oh, here he does not have his breastmaster or chestmaster or wings and thighs. And I kind of want some chicken right now. I'm hungry. I do want some chicken. But you can see that he can change armor. That little bird pet turns into this very unconvincing thing that you plug into his hand, but it does sit on his chest as well, and that looks rather cool. And you can see that he has the right arm of Liokaiser, a parts former, but one that does it extremely well. And his parts forming bit are not as large and obtrusive as the legs or even the torso, but we'll see all of that in a second. I'm going to pull the contents out of the box and we'll talk a little bit more, okay? All right, I got all the bits in a bowl just because, I don't know, man, it's easier to pull stuff out versus the box. And again, looking at this guy, dude, he looks rad. I love the wing position like this, but more so than it was like natively out of the box, because they had it like this. And that's fine too. That's fine too. But this right here pops, dude. It pops. And yeah, like I said, makes me think that he's part of the Seeker squad. You know what I mean? And kind of reminds me of there's a motif that I don't know if it was G2 or there was a bunch of jets that had this type of thing kind of going on in the back, but none are coming to mind. Darkwing? Dreadwing? Maybe. But in terms of what's in the box, we have hands, vanity hands. And I will say one thing about the hands is that when you have these, the ones that you can plug into accessories folded up, it doesn't quite go flush into the jet mode, and it works a little bit better with the native hands. And the native hands, they come with the closed fist, and those are smaller, and those will work much better. And I don't think the salute hands or the open fingers are going to work well in transformation, just giving you a heads up. He comes with the spear, and then you can like pull this off and then thread it through his hands, and it looks very cool. And perhaps we'll pose him up in just a second. He comes with his parts former bit. And you can see that these are just leg encasings, or like this kind of glove, I guess, for the top of the leg. And it fits in quite snugly. Fingers are done well, like all opposable and stuff like that. I mean, not all the digits, but most of them. And boy, I'm hungry. And I want chicken now, dude. He has these spiked knuckles. I believe this is for the combined mode. Doesn't really look like this works anywhere in the standard robot mode. And we have these blasters. Even his blasters have wings. That's cool, with the bird air motif. And here we have his little pet. Very cool, very cool. Wings are a little bit loose, and then the legs are on ball joints. And this too. And this all like moves around and stuff, but I don't know if it's necessary, so to speak. And also, he has a little bit of difficulty having this plug into the chest. Like I'll show you, there's some clearance issues. And yeah, my finger's healing up, but it still looks like there's like a hole there. Gross. This is a covering for the elbow joint in combined mode, and we'll see that later on. And he comes with a couple of these kind of like these like hand axes and stuff, but they don't sit inside his fist very well. They're quite loose actually, and so yeah. Anyway, let's look at this cat again. So cool. Oh yeah, and he has instructions. So cool. These shoulder things are interesting in that like they move inward and also outward. So if you really wanted to give him that Seeker vibe, bruh, I'm telling you, dude, that's cool. And yeah, I like this. I like this guy a lot. The legs, I will say, like this part opens up and there's some like collapsing mechanisms inside, but to pull the leg out all the way to reveal all of this is sometimes difficult. And yeah, it's pretty tight, but I think they did it intentionally so that it doesn't, because it's on a sliding mechanism, it's not going to get loose over time, and he's not going to be like scrunching up, you know. So yeah, for what it's worth, it's good enough. He has tires over here, like landing gear and stuff that pull out, and you do need to have them out later when you transform him. I think it's a clearance thing going on, and even in the arm mode, you actually need to have them out as well. There's all sorts of interesting bits, like this will kind of like lift up over here. The entire elbow arm joint is hidden inside the body, and you actually need to release the whole thing before you can hide the head in combine mode. So yeah, lots of things going on over here, and I'm mostly confident with the transformation, but there may be a couple of times where I need to consult the instruction booklet. Yeah. I'm not going to go too deep into the articulation and stuff like that. He has most of the things that you would expect out of modern toys. I mean, most don't have butterflies, and he doesn't either. Excuse me, I just swallowed a burp. That was gross. But he has most, like I said, most of the stuff that you're looking for. He has it, and yeah, and it's a really, really nice Iron Factory product. Feels great, great paint, great details. I mean, yeah, I'm a pretty big fan. I mean, like, I know these are small toys, but it's weird. Like, they're legends, but I don't know why I don't consider them in the same space as New Age. You know, maybe because I consider New Age Legends masterpiece, but I like that this isn't overly complicated. And I will say that it is a lot easier to maneuver and transform than the tanks are. And you can see this flips around later when you transform into the jet and stuff. But yeah, he's not as difficult as the jets. And in fact, and this collapses too, by the way, there's so many little things about this guy that I like that are done just very, very, very well. And it's very pleasing to me as I kind of like handle him and stuff. The details in the face are done very nicely as well. The visor pops there. It's like a darker pink kind of. And then the yellow on top of this pink plastic is done quite well. And so, yeah, dude, no complaints from me, really. These all move around as part of the transformation, both in jet mode and alt mode and stuff. And speaking of which, why don't we transform him right now, Ski-huh? Almost forgot. I said I was going to pose him up with some of the accessories. So that's how he looks with the double spear. And, you know, if you wanted, then you can just put single spear as well. But yeah, well thought out. I like the fact that the little arrow tips move out of the way. And yeah, he can wield it in one hand or dose hands. And yeah, that's the spear. Now let's give him the blaster. This fits in pretty well. I tried plugging into the chest and it doesn't work because the trigger bit causes collision. But that looks good. Yeah, themed very appropriately. Like I said, wings on the blaster and pew 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 pew. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. That looks good. This thing, yeah, for the most part, it's fine. It's fine, but it's just not as snug as the other ones. It's just a tad bit loose, just a tad bit. Like this one's, you can see, is way loose. But this one's not. Okay, it's kind of loose too. Yeah, okay. But I guess he has these in the cartoons. I mean, I don't know anything about Liokaiser, Larry Kaiser. I really don't. And this thing that unconvincingly sits in his hand, Larry Kaiser. But yeah, it's like, hey, did you order a bird pizza? Yeah. And in terms of it sitting on his chest, yeah, the reason why I wanted to do this is, like, I reviewed some of my old videos and I realized, like, you know, I talk about the accessories, but I never actually mount them on the bot. And I don't know, I just feel like I could do a little bit more. So here we go. He's all folded up. Then we'll just pop that in there. And so it's weird because this thing is on a hinge, right? And so I'm trying to add pressure for it to go into the chest without it collapsing on itself like that. I wonder if I have the bird head in there, it'll prevent it. Oh yeah, maybe that's what it's supposed to do. Now that the bird head isn't... Oh. Almost flew off the table. Now that the bird is in there, it should hold it in place, and it does. It does. Okay, so that was just on me. This looks kind of cool, man. I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. I mean, yeah, it does look kind of similar to his chest, but I don't know, dude. I like that. I like that. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a fan of like, you know, combiners and where there's like an animal or a beast represented on the chest and stuff. Hey, now it's not coming out. That's great. That's great. Oh, and then the leg flew off. Nice. Or fell off the ball peg. Oh, dude, it's in there. Whew. But yeah, maybe it's because I'm a fan of I love when there's like some type of animal protruding from the chest, like Predaking or D'Artagnan, or you know I'm talking about that one combiner that got a line in his chest. Daltonus? Darius? I don't know. At this point, I'm just making stuff up. All right. Anyway, let's get this guy into alt mode. I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna be doing a bunch of things out of order, but that's okay. I'll just be showing you how this goes anyway. We're gonna make sure that the landing gear are pulled out, so you can just hook your nail in the back and then fold it out. But right before you do that, you got to make sure that the foot is bent up, and there are these little like slots in the foot area, and I thought that this would kind of sit in there better, but it doesn't. Yeah, or I'm doing it wrong or something. But I thought that would have been a perfect little thing because it does kind of have a hook thing, you know, like where I'm getting my nail stuck in there. And I thought it would have tabbed into one of those slots, and maybe it does, but I'm just not doing it right. But either way, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And this back part, this thruster is also like on a hinge, so you can open it up. And I'm not sure if that's in combined mode or something, but it does have that capability. The fists are going to tuck in. They're just going to fold in like that, and you can see how it's still kind of like popping up. And it'll get in the way a little bit when you're trying to... man, dude, what is up with the focus hocus? Let me just lock it. This will get in the way later on when you're trying to convert it into the plane mode all the way, but it is what it is, dude. We'll just do that for now. You want to move the little shoulder bits out of the way, and that's primarily just so you get clearance for the head. And we are going to spin the head 180 degrees. And I believe after that, we're going to put the little spires, the little shoulder vents back like so, Joe. And then this bit can come out, can rotate, and I believe you can lock it in place right now. I don't know why, because you don't need to hide the head, or the head is not hidden. Whatever, dude. We'll figure that out later. It's not hidden in jet mode, only in alt mode. And this bit opens up, and you have to kind of like just kind of push the legs in. It's not even like rocking it in, just like that, right? And you do need to tab the legs together. So you're gonna push in, but you're not gonna close up like all the way yet. There you go. Then right before you fully fasten all of that together, you're gonna bring these. Now you can tab. I love how I can't come through on a promise. Like, now you can tab everything. You can't. And I don't know why that's not working. There you go, Joe. Then we can fix up those little fins, ailerons, or whatever you call them, stabilizers. And I'm trying to get this. Oh, there we go. There we go. I rocked it down properly. This is kind of perplexing for me right now. I don't know why this is not work. Do these vents have to be off to the side? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I get no. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but whatever, it's working out right now. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to rock this all the way down and bring that up. And it kind of reminds me of the Makuto RC. It does the same thing with the shoulder. And so you see that port right over there? You're going to spin it to reveal this, but this is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The fist is right there. So you can't quite get it to fasten the way you want, and the fist is just going to be kind of like hanging out. I don't like that at all. I mean, I could remove the fist and that's fine, and it's something minor, but I don't know, man. I just wish they had engineered that like a little bit better, because everything is done so well, you know, and that's why I'm just like, really, you just left that part out? I guess. Then we just plug that in there. Bring this out, make sure the legs are fully tabbed together. And I think that's it. Pretty neat, huh? Pretty neat. Very Combiner Wars-like in some respects, but perhaps a little bit more complicated. But there's definitely some Combiner Wars elements to this, the aerial bots, right? And a little bit simple, but at the same time, a little bit complex, and looks very, very good. I don't think any accessories adhere to them. I don't see any place where I would add any of the aforementioned stuff or the things that I've shown you just a second ago. Bottom is all bought, and then of course you can bring this down, and that sells it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, just huge, massive undercarriage, but what are you gonna do, right? But that's the jet mode. Yeah, I was like, that's the jet mode. Now we're gonna turn them into the arm mode, but I'm just gonna take a couple of pictures in jet mode really quick. So let me cut away, take some pictures. I'll be back, Mac. Alrighty, let's do this like Buddhists. There's actually another word that rhymes with do this, but if I use it, YouTube might not like it, so I won't. So we're gonna detach a bunch of spit just flew out of my mouth. We're gonna detach the arms from the wings, and the wings are gonna go upward, and there's gonna be a couple of changes going on. And originally I thought we were gonna pull out the legs, but no, it's not. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna pull out this section. Oh, and the wings just popped off, but it's just on a ball joint, so don't worry about that. I want to make sure this is all the way out, okay? Because like I said, you're going to need it to be all the way out in order to pop the head in. So, hold up. Oh, and this is supposed to be off because you need the connection point to be visible. Okay, sorry about that. And then from here, this is going to come undone. The arm, we're going to return back to their native state, and they are going to collapse in on themselves, or not collapse. They're going to fold in on themselves. But I feel like they're supposed to connect to something. But for the time being, we'll just kind of leave him up there. Fried chicken, dude. Yeah, when I was young, dude, I didn't eat any dark meat, dude. I only ate exclusively white meat. I would only eat chicken breast and chicken wings and stuff like that. But as I've gotten older, dude, I've developed an appreciation for the dark meat bits. Okay, now this is out. What you can do over here is you can pull this entire section back. Yeah, once you release that, you can see the head bit will fold all the way in, and like I said, if that elbow bit is not all the way out, you will not be able to get clearance for the head. Okay, we've done that. And then now this is going to go up like this. This is also going to untab, and it's going to turn around. And I think it might do that. Don't quote me yet. But it's going to do that, and then we're going to spin this entire thing, squeak or squeak. Feels like a Fans Toys joint, right? Is it like that? Yeah. And then what we're going to do is, where is this bit is the elbow, like armor or whatever, and we're just going to put it all the way on, and then this thing right over here. And I believe these are supposed to be folded back or something like that. This, with the landing gear still out, will fit. There you go. And it clicks in. It's like a tight fit, and it clicks in. I think this is it. Just give me 1 second, okay? All right, there's one section that I got wrong. The arms are correct in terms of being folded up, double folded on the elbow, but you're supposed to bring this back and it'll tab in, plug into the side of the body. The fists, oh, okay. Oh yeah, that works. Again, you just bring that down and you plug that into that bit. And so these things play a crucial role in connecting into this, stabilizing and also stabilizing it under the wings in alt mode. And then we do that. And then you can fold the fist in like he's scratching his ribs. And then these bits apparently are supposed to be sitting on the outside above the shoulders. Okay, so there's more than one thing that I got wrong. And then this is supposed to be, yeah, seated like that. So a bunch of things that I missed. I was close. I was embodying the spirit, so to speak. I would connect this to the other members of Liokaiser, but I don't have them with me. They belong to my friend, and they were kind of on loan, and they are back with them right now. But this is what the arm looks like. Man, imagine this had been a 5mm. Yo, I'd be going nuts on some build formers right now, you know? But here we go. Looks good, doesn't he? Looks good. This entire set has really been a joy and a pleasure to just play with and mess around with. And I hope Iron Factory does more of these cats. And I don't mind if they're parts formers at all, as long as they can kind of embody this this level of detail, this level of like coolness, for lack of a better word. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. He wasn't that difficult to transform, as you can see, and he went very easily from jet mode into arm mode, and even bot mode into jet mode as well. And so yeah. Another thing, you know, TF Safari sent this to me, right? And by accident, they sent me another one. I don't know if I ordered it by accident or something, but another one came, and I was just like, yo, dude, I feel bad. You sent me two. And I was just like, can I give you some money for it? And they're like, nah, dude. They're like, it's chill, dude. Just give it to a friend or something like that, or on the channel. So yeah, I'm gonna give one of these out on the channel in a couple of days, or actually not in a couple of days. There's some heavy stuff going on in my life that very soon, I'm not sure exactly when, channel's going to go dark, meaning I'm going to disappear for a little bit and you're not going to see content. But when I get back, perhaps, huh? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your generous donation of time, and let's wrap again and break bread soon, okay? Bye-bye.